We're back for week 3. All right. Well, I'm here by myself, just looking off into the weekend. This is just a message to myself saying, good job, Nelson. You're streaming for the 3rd time in a row. You're showing up, and you're going to do this every week. Good job. I think you got to tell yourself that, those whole affirmations and whatnot to make sure that you're showing up and you're okay with yourself. You're happy with yourself. So as I talk to myself now, while I wait for people to join the chat, hi. So let's see here. Once I see someone post in chat, let's see, all my channels are on. Yep. Okay. Let me double check YouTube. Okay, cool. We're live. All right, cool. Yeah, we're live. There we go. Okay, cool. So, hello to all 6 of you. I love this small community. I'm all about small communities. So today, I decided to switch it up. I'm always making topics of what's really going through my mind this week. And one of the things that's been going through my mind is personal branding. I had a lot of reflection over the holiday break of being grateful for the new clients that me and my wife got at the last quarter of last year, and the new opportunities that presents us, and also had some new proposals that went out in the last week of last year and the beginning of this year. And it made me think, how is this happening? I don't know how to market. I don't know. I'm not a salesperson. One of my biggest weaknesses is asking people for money, even though I know that money equals value. If I'm giving out value, I should expect someone to give me money in exchange. Because in the flip side, if someone asks me for money and I think it's valuable, I'll definitely give them money. So I don't know. It's a weakness of mine, but as I reflect, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to understand. And how is this happening? It's the personal branding. It's how I present myself. So welcome, Joseph. Interested in hearing what you've got to say. Thank you so much. I hope that this topic can help with your personal brand, and that's the whole point of today's stream. So it's going to be short, unless towards the end, once I'm done with my talking points, y'all want me to explain something in Webflow. If you want to talk about the new variant modes thing that Webflow came out with, I have some thoughts on that. Yeah, so go ahead and chime in the chat if you're in YouTube or X. I called it X. Oh my gosh, I usually call it Twitter. So if you're in YouTube, Twitter, X, or LinkedIn, go ahead and chat in the live stream, and I will respond to it. But yeah, so welcome. Personal branding. Yeah. So I had a lot of thoughts about this, and one of the things I come to realize is that when you talk to graphic design professionals, branding professionals, they always say a brand isn't a logo. It's not a name. It's not your portfolio site. It's not the marketing site. It's not the app. It's not the domain name. That is not a brand. The brand is all of that combined. And yeah. So it made me realize, okay, so where does a brand really start? It's especially a personal brand. How am I getting clients without really marketing, without using directory sites like Webflow, experts, Framer experts, Wix partners, Contra, Dribble, Behance. I'm not using any of those. And hello to Grilled Cheese Dude from Chicago. Hopefully those grilled cheeses that you're creating or eating are really good. So yeah, how am I getting my clients without using any of those things? And what I realized, it's my personal brand that I started a decade ago. And this is the long-term play. So I used to be like comparing myself like, oh my God, why am I not getting as many YouTube subscribers as this person? Why am I not making as much money as this person as they say they do on Twitter and social media? I start comparing myself and thinking, man, my brand sucks. Like, why can't I do things faster? And it's that right there. That's my personal brand in my head, that I am not good enough. And so it made me realize, as I'm getting these new clients, the personal brand starts with your mindset. Who are you to you? Now, before we dive into that one, let's start out with what pops in your mind when you hear, say, your best friend's name. Like, imagine your best friend's name, right? Imagine your best friend's name. When you hear it in a conversation, you're talking to someone else, you hear your best friend's name mentioned in the conversation. What goes into your mind? You probably think, oh, that person's awesome. I had great moments with him or her or they. They're so awesome to hang out with, and you know what? I should reach out to them again. You know, like all those things, all these good things come into your mind. That's your best friend's brand. The fact that you and your best friend have this relationship, and whenever you hear their name, it's just, yeah, they're cool. Now, the flip side, and hello to Maj Harul, welcome. So on the flip side, what pops into your mind when you hear a colleague or a boss's name that you didn't click well with, or even a client that you didn't have a good relationship with? When you hear their name in a conversation, what do you think? You kind of think the opposite, like, oh my God, anxiety, or I'm just kind of angry, or I'm saddened, or something like that. Like, that's the brand you've put onto that name, right? So everyone has a personal brand. It doesn't have to be about services, or it's not about web design, graphic design, or anything. It's just the brand of that name is what you give it. So how have I been working on my brand for over 10 years? Well, it comes for me, it's all about the way you communicate, how often you communicate, how you gather feedback. How do you take that feedback? How do you respond to that feedback? How do you respond to negativity, stresses? How do you post on social media? What do you post on social media? There's so many things. And I would love to hear from the chat, you know. I would love to know about your own personal brand. If you have anything you're struggling with about your personal brand, put it in the chat. I want to hear from you. I want to help you. And this is kind of why I want to do these streams, is mainly to help. And that's my personal brand. That's what I've been doing for over a decade. I just want to help. And so when you think of the Pixel Geek brand, what do you think? And over 10 years, I've been just trying to help people. And so when you think of the Pixel Geek brand, you think of me. When you think of me, I hope you think that brand is helpful. So yeah, I'd love to hear from y'all from this topic. And while I'm waiting for a chat, I'll keep going. So how do you communicate? So when I'll give you what I go through in a client call. In This is a potential client call. I haven't ever met this person before. They just went to me and my wife's website. They filled out the form, and they're interested in me and my wife's services. So how does that first call go? Well, once I see them get on Zoom or Google Meet or whatever, I make sure that I have good lighting and I have a smile and I'm ready to talk to this person and meet them, right? It's like meeting a stranger it is basically meeting a stranger for the first time. But this stranger also wants to meet you. So you already have that connection. And so imagine if here's the wrong way to do it. Like imagine if the lighting was like this and then you're just like this. Hi. All right, so you need a website? Okay. Like the whole tone is down and low. And like already it's like, ooh, is he sad? Is something going on with it? You don't feel right, you know? So I always come on the screen with a smile and I always say, hello, hi, how are you? And then I look for something in the background. I look for something like, do they have a dog in the background? Are they a parent and then they have kids like running around the background, or they have a bunch of books, like a bookcase, or do they have toys? I love it when potential clients have like Star Wars toys or Lego or something that you can connect with. And even if there's none of those things, they just have a blank white background wall. There's no personality to the room. It's okay because you can still connect with them as a human. And that's what it is. You're connecting with a human in the first few seconds of this call. And you say, oh, where are you calling from? What's the weather like there? And if it's like somewhere international from you, or very, very far away from you, and it's like, oh, I'd love to travel there. Tell me something about that place that you really, really like. You know? Don't talk about business. You know you're going to get to business. But those first few minutes, break the ice. Don't talk about business. Be human. And that's where your personal brand shines even more. Because if that person is a human too, meaning like they're not trying to hire you because you're just a robot or something, like, oh, I want to hire you and I want you to do this work. I want you to do it exactly how I say. Dude, that's not going to be a fun client. You don't want that. That's when you say no. You say, no, I'm good. But if you connect with a human to human, the project's going to be fun. But yeah. Hi, Ben. Can you check my brand? I'm not sure about the style I ended up with. Yeah, I'll check your brand. Go ahead and link it in chat. And if you can't link it, if links aren't accepted in chat, just like replace the dot or something with the word dot. And then I'll just copy it and put it on my screen. Yeah, happy to help. And if anyone else wants help with their brand, yeah, this is the time. Chime in. I want to help you. So yeah, that first client call, like you talk to them as a human. After that, that's when you become like a doctor and you start to diagnose what the problem is. For example, one of the client calls was like, we want to move our website out of WordPress and put it into Webflow. Okay, why do you need my services? Like, because you're like, why are you coming to me? Why do you want to move out of Webflow or move into Webflow? Why do you want to do this? Like you're diagnosing and you're not giving them a solution until you hear the whole picture. And so that's what me and my wife do. We ask a lot of questions during these first calls. And then at the end, we go back and become humans again and talk about what's happening around the world, like, oh, okay, so it was really good to talk to you. What do you have plans for the weekend? Oh, our plans are this and that. You try to end it off in a nice human note, and you say, okay, well, our next steps is we're going to give you a proposal, and you let us know if you have any questions. We have your email address. Well, if we have any follow-up questions, we'll let you know before we send the proposal. But yeah, we're super excited to work with you, and if not, then it was really nice meeting you. Like, you ended off as human as possible, because you'll never know if you're going to get it or not, and even if you don't get it, at least you're human about it. And that's one of the big things about how do you communicate. You communicate as an honest human being who wants to work with another honest human being, right? The whole golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated. So yeah, so that's the whole communication. Now, say you get the client. Okay, so Joseph saying that you are service oriented and helpful makes you stand out. Put yourself out there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Joseph. So what happens after you get the client? Well, that's where your brand has to continually shine. The way you communicate. All right, here we go. Joseph, my biggest fear of getting too social, messing up, making a bad impression. You are going for it in spite of humanity, actually accentuates humanity and relatability. Yeah. It's funny. The word perfect, annoys me. It annoys me. It just gets me like, ugh. And it's funny how there's humans who expect perfection when they aren't perfect themselves. And there's no such thing as perfection. There's no such thing. But going for perfection, trying to get there, that's what it's all about. Getting to perfection, knowing you'll never get there. So it's that whole journey, not the goal thing. You know, that cliched saying. So, Joseph, I hope you get over that fear, and it takes a long time. I get it. Messing up, it's scary. But knowing that it's okay to mess up while trying your best, you know, that's the part that eases the mind, at least for me. Yeah. Like, think about this. Like, AI stuff, you know, like AI generated images and videos and whatnot now. It's so, there's ways to make it so perfect. The rendered image or the rendered video, there's ways to make it so perfect. But yet, as humans, when we see how perfect something looks, we then go, that looks weird. I don't know why. Well, the reason why is because we're looking for imperfections, which then makes it perfect. Ain't it weird? Like, if you see a AI generated face and then both sides of the face are symmetrical, like each half of the face is symmetrical, it's like, that's too perfect, because we know as humans that faces aren't mirrored on each side. They're not symmetrical. If you do a flip them, can I flip my mirror? Can I mirror my camera? Watch. I don't know, if you look at my face, it's not going to be perfect, right? So yeah, perfection. It's stupid, but going for it, the whole journey is good. Here we go. Hello, Gerard, mobile app developer, French native speaker. Welcome. Join this live because I want to improve my English and learn how to build my personal brand. Well, welcome. Yeah, this is the stream for you. Yeah. So where do we left off at? So, how do you communicate? How often do you communicate? So, if if you can communicate to your client on a daily basis, oh my gosh, that's great. But there's times when you can't, you know? As long as you communicate expectations of, hey, this is when I can communicate with you, only from hours between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., or only Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, or only Tuesday, Thursdays. You're giving expectations of how often you can communicate. One of my clients right now, I'm giving them daily updates of, here's what I did today, and here is what um here's what I need feedback, and lastly, here is what I'm doing next. So when you communicate clearly and you follow up on expectations, that brings your brand even higher. And yeah, my wife's cursing during consultation is part of my vetting process. If you aren't comfy with me cursing, then this working relationship might not be the best fit. Yep. Yeah, she likes to curse during but I mean, it depends on the client. You know, one of our clients, like sometimes when my wife curses, and that's my wife right there, when she curses during a call, I'm like, ugh. But then when they laugh, when the client laughs about it, it's like, okay, this person's cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. So communication is part of your personal brand. And and again, notice I haven't even got to the logo, colors, fonts, or even a portfolio site or domain name. Like none of that matters yet. It's it's this right here. All this stuff before that. So we're talking about communication. So what's next? The feedback part, you know? Someone if someone gives you feedback, whether it's good or bad, how do you take that? And then how do you respond to it? And one example that I like to do when it comes to communication is I always sandwich it with with humanity. So let me try to pull up something I've sent to a client recently. Hello, Kaif. All right. What did I put? Where is it? I'm scrolling up on my. Okay, there we go. So I'm not going to show it on screen, but I always start off with something like, "Hi team, hope you're doing well." Smiley face emoji. So there's a humanity. So here's my update for today, and then I bullet point all the things that I've done, and then at the end I put, "Let me know if you have any questions. Super excited to keep moving forward with this project." So yeah, adding things to the top and bottom of an email or a Slack post or something like that with an update adds just a little bit more humanity into it, because we all know it's business. You know, you need to get business done, but at least adding some sort of smile to it brings your brand even higher. Those little things. Another thing I learned when I was at Webflow customer support from my boss Waldo is you never say the words "your issue." If there's something wrong with the website, or like there's like an issue, we never say, "Oh, your issue is." That's so bad. That's so bad. Again, it's the whole perfection thing. It's like it's not your issue, it's the issue. So imagine seeing a plate of food and it looks really bad, right? And your friend cooked it, right? And you know how to cook the dish, but your friend doesn't, and so you're trying to teach them. Okay? when you get the plate of food, you wouldn't tell your friend, okay, your issue is you don't know how to do this, this, and this. No, that's sad. They're trying their best and they're trying to get the work done. They're trying to make a great plate of food, and you're trying to teach them. It's not their fault. They're trying. But if I told this friend, oh, the issue is that maybe we could have added more salt, or we could have added more of this ingredient. So yeah, you don't put the blame on someone. You just try to work through it. And that's how I communicate with my clients. I never put blame on them. We're all trying to figure it out together. All right. And now we go into social media. And then again, before I just remind people who are just joining in the chat, I'm just talking about how me and my wife run our agency as honestly and humanly as possible. And we've been getting a good stream of clients in this way. And we don't use things like Dribble, Contra, Behance, or partners programs or whatever. It's coming in through word of mouth. And that is the best marketing you can get. Right? And so I'm giving you tips on how to get this type of marketing. And it starts with your personal brand. So, yeah, I would love to see your personal brands. Ben, I'm still waiting for yours, unless you want me to search for you. Ben Hen Webflow designer. Okay, I see you. I think this is you. You're from Tel Aviv. Yeah. So, oh, and you follow me too. Let me see if I can find your website. Where are you, Ben Hen? I can't find you. I'm Google searching you. I think I found you on Threads. How do I find... Okay, I think I found your website. Do you mind if I share your website, Ben? I already have comments. So let me know if I'm allowed to share your website, Ben. I have it up on my screen. Yeah, and hello Ethereal, welcome. All right, so yeah, y'all show me your portfolio sites, tell me about your brand in chat. Yeah, let's make this a discussion, not just me talking. And if you have any questions about Webflow, you want me to demo something, I'm happy to do that too. But yeah, we're talking about personal branding right now. So now we're on about social media. And again, we're not even at the logo part. It's all this mindset, all right? So when you're posting on social media, those people who only post about business, I don't follow. If you're only about business and you're not interacting with anyone else in a human way, nah, it's okay. Naya, welcome. Yeah, you've been posting your YouTube videos about your personal brand and stuff like that, right? That's your YouTube channel? I gotta watch your videos more. Yeah, welcome. I see you. All right, so on social media, be human. It's okay to talk about business. It's okay to advertise your business and try to get clients that way. But sprinkle that in. Be more human and help others and engage in thoughtful conversations. Not just, hey, I'm a web designer. Hey, I'm a graphic designer. Hey, can I help with your project? Can I help with your project? Jumping into sliding into people's DMs and like saying, hey, do you need work done? I can do this. Do you need work done? I can do. You're just a walking billboard, or you're just a person on the side of the street handing out flyers, and people are going to take that flyer and immediately throw it away. Like, who cares? But if you're there actively engaging in thoughtful conversations and not trying to make money off of people immediately because you want to help others, then people are going to see your brand. Again, let's go back to what pops up in your mind when you hear your best friend's name. You want to be people's best friend. And so when someone's like, you know what? I need a graphic done, or I need a video editor, you're the first person that pops into their mind, because they're like, oh, I know a guy, I know a person who can do that. And they seem really, really chill. I'm gonna hit them up. That's who you want to be. And they can do that even when you don't have a website. You don't have a logo. It's just your name. That's your personal brand. Yeah, Naya. Actually, Naya, do you want to jump in on this call right now, on this live stream, and tell me about what you're going through? I would love to. Let me see here. Invite guests. Yeah, Naya, I'm gonna DM you if I can find. What's your Twitter again? I forgot. I can DM you a link if you're down for it. If not, then it's totally fine. But I'd love to talk to you about your brand and understand your story. Where are you on Naya? Oh yeah, I found you on Twitter. There we go. Yep, I'm following you. I'm watching on both LinkedIn and YouTube. Yay, thanks for the views. Trying to, there we go. I'm gonna DM you, Naya. I know there's a delay, like a 30-second delay from these live streams to chat. So, Naya, if you want to join, I can pull you into Restream. If anyone else wants to get on this stream, I'm totally fine. I'll DM you the link and we can talk about personal branding. I was going to do this stream just for 30 minutes, but I'm happy to go all the way to an hour. But Steven, I see the same folks over and over again on LinkedIn do this. I get it. But at the same time, I'm wondering, is this person a bot? Are they really humans? Oh, yeah. Now with AI and automations, there are tools that can just make it so fast for people to just mass DM people on any platform and make it a little bit personalized. And when I get those messages, I'm like, you're a bot, you're a bot, you're a bot. But then there's times when I'm like, okay, it could be a bot, but let me look at their LinkedIn or their Twitter or whatever, and let me see how they communicate. And if their communication skills are, if they're not communicating as being a helpful, real human, then I'm like, okay, it was a bot. It's, yeah. The whole fakeness of it all. Yay, Naya says she can jump on in 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. And, yeah, personal brand. We're not even at the portfolio part. So, social media, what do you post about? Stop handing out flyers to everyone you meet and start asking, hi, how are you doing? How are you as a human? Or share what your hobbies and passions are outside of that industry. I talk about space exploration or repost about space exploration a lot. SpaceX just caught another super heavy booster with their Mechazilla tower. I'm excited about that. Does that have anything to do with my business? No, but I'm being human, right? Hey, Roy is here. Yay, welcome. So, I also post about Lego. Like, Lego is fun to me. Has that have anything to do with my business? No. But I'm being human. With this whole world of being more AI this, AI that, automate this, I can make a whole company within a month and make $1 million a month. Like, cool. But to me, I'm all about the longevity, and it's about being human. rather than automating everything to the point where you're no longer a human. So yeah, that's the social media part. Would love to hear anyone's thoughts on this in chat. Doesn't just have to be me talking. And if you want to get on the stream and, you know, talk to me, yeah, let's do it. I'll send you the link to this restream and we can chat about it. Yeah. So personal brand, it starts in here. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see someone who is helpful? Do you see someone who wants to grow and help others? Or do you see someone who's just wanting that money? Because the want for that money every day can get very toxic. And you'll forget what really matters. It's the humans in your lives. Let's see here. Hi, buddy. I'm here after like a year. Feels great to see you. Oh, welcome back. Yeah. Glad you're here, Saish. Ready? Oh, Roy, I need to communicate better. So I just asked client, what's your plan for the weekend? It made yes. See, just that little question. What are you doing this weekend? Oh, cool. Like, my physical therapist, he asks me that every week, so while I'm huffing and puffing and resting between exercises, he's like, what are you doing? What plans do you have for the weekend? Oh, and I tell him, because we're being human. It's not just about exercising and making sure that I'm healthy. It's making sure that I'm mentally stable, and it's like a therapy. But yeah, be human. We need more humanity in this world while technology takes over. So yeah. So social media, be human. So what's next? What's next after that? Well, yeah, the logo, the portfolio site, your domain name. And here's a plug again. Yeah. Again, me and my wife's brand is, we don't take ourselves seriously. We're fun to hang around with, and we're serious, but we're not. So the whole photo shoot, my wife is serious and I'm not. But at the same time, she could be upside down too, and I can be right side up, because there's times when she's not serious and I am. But it's that whole balance of, if you're gonna work with us, you're gonna have fun. And even in our pricing, we call it the whole enchilada. It's when you get both of our services. And look it, we have a wrap-up celebration. Like, one of the things we want to do is, after we finish a project with a client, we want to have a celebration. And so we're gonna send our client a stuffed animal, or we're trying to figure out, where can we buy a plushie enchilada? Because if you bought the whole enchilada, you should get a plushie enchilada at the end. Like, we want to send a gift box of stuff to say thank you at the same time we launch a website for you. Like, that kind of stuff makes us like, oh my god, this would be so fun. So that's whole personal branding right there. It's like, how can you make things human and fun and less business, because we're all doing business. So yeah, I'll throw it up there again. So I'm just so proud of our brand that I love showing it off. So being fun and colorful and just, a design agency founded on passion and love. That's us. And how can we help? Like, that's our brand right there. Those three things. We're not serious. We're all about passion and love. And also, how can we help? And yeah, that's us. if I go to someone like Briona, like when I hear Briona's name, I don't even think about her website. I think about her talk at Webflow Conf. I think about what she does for the community. I think about how her style is so unique and what she does. But then when you go to her website, the website matches her. Like if you don't ever look at her website and you just you just communicate with her in person or over a video call, you feel this warmth, you feel this brand of a good person. And then when you get to her website, you're like, oh yeah, I get it. That's her. Like she's always looking up to the future. She's like, it's a very different type of grid layout of her site. She's different. She loves animations. It's like this kind of stuff, so good, you know? And so it all started with her personal brand. And if you go back to me and my wife's, yeah, if you haven't even seen our website, it's you see this person who's just wanting to help you. When you see me, I hope when you see me, you see a brand of he's helpful, he's kind of funny, quirky, he doesn't take himself seriously, he plays with Legos a lot, he likes space, and so that's, I'm hoping that's what you get, you know, like even on, was it the contact? Yeah, I'm holding a book that says The Cult of Lego, you know. So yeah, and I'm wearing a space a galaxy shirt. So yeah. And yeah, this part is very important. What? Oh, Naya's here. I didn't see her. But yeah, nice photos. Let me, I gotta get my headphones on. All right, here we go. My first guest on this live stream. Maybe, hopefully not the last, but I'm gonna bring you in now, Naya. Wait, let me go side by side. Yay! Hi, Naya. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How you doing?
Okay, great, great. I'm doing great. It's been so long since we've spoken.
Yeah. How you been? Oh, when's the last time we spoke?
Maybe over 2 years ago. Maybe.
Ooh, what are you doing
So,
now?
oh, well, I'm back in the States now. I've
Okay.
I've been here for a year, and I'm just figuring things out at the moment.
Aren't we all?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, let me move it to this way so it looks like I'm looking at you. There we go. There you go. Okay.
no worries.
So, yeah, tell me about your brand. Like, tell me what you're trying to do with YouTube, and yeah, and okay, my ADHD is coming in, and but this is how I use it to my advantage. Why the flower wall in your background, and why those colors? And is it real?
No, it's not real. So I think I actually talked about this in a recent YouTube video. So my background where I'm at now is actually not very nice. And I recently went to my storage unit and I had all my decorations from my apartment back in Queens. And I just said, like, I don't know what like made me think about this, but I was like, oh my gosh, if you want your videos to look nicer on camera, why don't you just use this as a background? So literally, I just grabbed it from my storage unit. And what's really funny is that I mean, you probably can't see it, but it's actually held up by two lightning cables. It's
Wait,
actually,
wait, 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 wait. Apple lightning cables?
yes, I'm actually using, wait, let me see if I can actually show you the top of it. It's held up by two,
Yes.
it's held up by two lightning cables that I just put together with the rubber band. So that, at least this part looks very nice whenever I'm doing my YouTube videos. And you know what? It's
No
actually
one
made it,
needs to know.
exactly. See, exactly. And it's made a difference. It's made my thumbnails look quite nicer. So yeah.
Yeah. That's what I learned
But
from my
yeah,
wife. Like plants actually add stuff to, like when you have plants in the background, it adds to the room. So,
yeah. Yeah, it does. And I think it also adds into my creative side as well. Like, I feel like all different colors give a little bit of like vibrancy, and flowers are my theme. So, it plays in well to my brand actually, if you think about it.
Nice. Okay, good, great segue. Uh, Tell us about your brand. Tell us about what you're trying to do.
Yeah, so okay. So this is why I said I'm still trying to figure it out, because I call myself a creative technologist
Hmm.
because I do all the things. Like I code, I design. By trade, I just published a post about this today. By trade, my background is in IT and information security. But outside of
Ooh.
that, I have always done all the things. I've tinkered with creative coding. In fact, I learned coding before I learned IT. So this is why I call myself a creative technologist, because for me that's a nice umbrella for all the themes that I do.
Okay. Okay. And so, what are you trying to do on YouTube to make your brand stand out?
Well, that's one of the things that I'm still trying to figure out. So I actually have three channels, but the one that I'm mainly posting on now is just me talking about just my life and me being an entrepreneur and figuring things out. And I like it hasn't grown a lot, but I have 57 subscribers in the
Link it in
past month
chat.
and a half. Yes,
Link it
I
in
will.
chat.
I will. And actually, I think I might have posted somewhere on socials about this that even though it's not a big channel right now. I've actually gotten in this past week and a half, I've gotten two potential clients. So folks that were just, yeah, they were just watching my channel, hearing about me talk about my background, and really like most of my videos are like me rambling about how I'm trying to figure things out. And yeah, and these two people just like messaged me. They had found me on social media. They had messaged me, and they said they think that maybe I could help them out with their business. And I was like, oh, of course I can. So yeah, it's really interesting. It started out as something that I thought that I would only be talking about tech, but really I'm talking about everything and how I'm just figuring things out, life out. I talk about so it's called my ethereal epiphanies, because I just talk about things that I'm thinking about, which can be tech, psychology, etc. And so it's really funny that people love both the tech and the um psychology aspect of it, and me just talking about my life. And yeah, so I'm, as I said, I'm still trying to figure out like what it's about and what the exact brand is, but it turns out the brand just might be me being myself and having ADHD and autism. I'm
Oh,
talking about all the I'm a polymath, and yeah,
t- see, people forget that YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, and people will find you. And if you're not trying to game the system, like you're not trying to be the next Mr. Beast and to like fine tune every little detail of a video or a thumbnail to get the max ad revenue, it's not about the ad revenue. It's about when people see your personal brand, they will reach
Mhm.
out and be like, "Hey, you're an honest human. I want to talk to you." And that's in you trying to figure it out. That's and then putting what you figured out onto YouTube. That's what I tell people to do so often when they're like, "How do I get clients?" Well, what are you learning right now? What have you learned? Record that process and share what you've learned, and then rinse and repeat for a decade or even longer. And
Yep.
within that decade, you'll start to get clients in moments that you don't expect, because you're showing that, hey, I'm trying to be a master at this. And people will see, oh, you figured it out in like your 10th video, but you haven't figured out this one new thing, but it's okay because we're all trying to figure it out. And people will reach out to you. So for you, that's see, that's amazing. So you trying to figure it out, you've figured it out by trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's really like it's been quite the journey. But you know what? I just thought of it like as you were talking.
Hmm.
I'm now kind of seeing it as like the video version of building in public, almost,
Yeah, I never
right?
thought of it
That's
that way.
yeah. Yeah, it's like, I'm just like, okay, for example, this week I'm doing like a week-ish long hackathon where I'm just like doing nothing but coding and eating and sleeping. And
Okay.
I'm trying to get out as many projects and products as possible. And so like even just me just like talking about that has gained interest in certain things. So yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's like it's interesting how if I would have never told anyone about this or only just used Twitter, I think that I wouldn't have gotten like another thing, side note, is that many people see my videos and how I'm talking about this hackathon. And in my YouTube description, I add my newsletter. And I've also gotten quite a few newsletter subs from just talking about this stuff online. So me just being like, hey, I'm trying to figure life out. I'm just gonna build as many things as possible that I can in the next 2 weeks. And yeah, people look at those videos and then they go to my description and they sub to my newsletter. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's like the video version of building in public.
Yeah, you see those tweets all the time like, "Hey, I'm going to dedicate myself to building a new graphic or a new landing page once a day for 100 days." And they keep themselves accountable, which is super awesome. But I feel like a big part that's missing in those type of social posts is the process. Because honestly, I could anyone nowadays can say, "Oh, I'm gonna build something in one thing for 100 days," and they're just using it as engagement farming and just AIing everything, and they built it in 5 minutes. How do you know this person's trustworthy? Whereas you see someone who's live streaming or who's recorded a video showing themselves building that, I would hire that person rather than the person who's just posting screenshots, you know? And it's like the
Yeah,
same
that's a
thing
good
with
point.
you. The same thing with you. What you're showing the process of a hack week. Here's what I'm eating, here's what I'm building, here's what I'm eating, here's what I'm building, and here's the whole process. I would trust you over someone who's like, "Oh, look, I built something over the week. Let me know what you think about my app." And it's like, cool. Did you really build it? Did you hire someone to build it? Like who are you? It's
Yeah,
a whole honesty.
yeah, and that's so true because it like in my videos as well, like I kind of talk people through the process, like why I started certain things. Like last summer, I actually started to build an iOS app to help my ADHD because I am very guilty of like leaving food in the fridge to rot. So I had created an app where you take a picture of the item in your fridge and AI recognizes the image and like what type of food it is, and then it tells you how long to leave it in the fridge and when to take it out. And then every day it tells you like what food items to take out. And so I talked about that on my YouTube channel of like, how I even came to that process and how I only created this app because it helps my ADHD and it helps me in like everyday life. So yeah, I guess you're right about that. How I guess that is a little bit more trustworthy than if I just say, hey, like I built an app for ADHDers and like didn't give any
Yeah.
background and just like posted on like socials and just said, hey, try this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I posted your YouTube channel link in chat, but it only went to YouTube. But let me put the search for if you're on LinkedIn or Twitter. How come it's only posting on Okay, well, if you're on LinkedIn or Twitter, here's the let me show it on screen. Can I show it? No, wrong screen. Share this tab. There we go. There's your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah, I'm subscribed. Bam.
Oh, yay. Thank you. Now I should have like 58.
Yeah. So yeah, your latest one, you're doing the solo hackathon. Oh my god, it looks so cold. And you recorded outside? Come on.
Yeah, so okay, what's like really funny, so this is why I was mentioning the background. So I've noticed that the combination, so what I did was that when I started my YouTube is that I made a list of all of my favorite people, and then I just like studied and watched their videos for a while, and then I like realized what I loved about their videos, and then I tried to incorporate that into my own strategy. So I figured while I'm right now in a place where I'm around nature, I push myself to always go try to film outside if I can. And then if I can't, I feel like I had this full
Yeah,
replica behind me. And yeah, and I think it does really make a difference. Like, I think people, because they don't know me, I think, first of all, I think you might be drawn to the background and then the title. And then once you watch, like, oh, okay, I can like resonate with this. So I
yeah,
think it does make a difference for sure. Like, there's the MIT neurosurgeon Dr. Gooby, like, just being honest, the only reason why I even like clicked on his videos was because of his background, was because he was in nature. And then I was like, oh, actually, he's like, I actually really love his channel. So yeah, I just took those examples and I just tried to replicate. I'm like, well, I'm currently staying in the mountains. Like, why not utilize it? And yeah, I think it makes
yeah,
a little bit of a difference for sure.
yeah. Dude, yeah. So much much more power to you for like dealing with the cold winter just to record videos. So that's really awesome.
Oh,
Um
actually, it's not bad. What you can't see in the videos is that I usually have a like plush blanket on my lap, so it's not too bad.
okay, okay. There
It's
you
not too
go.
bad. It's
There you
not too
go.
bad.
I mean, also maybe it's a business write off. You can buy a heated blanket or something. So while you're
Oh
outside,
yeah, good
plug it
idea.
in. No one will see the cords. We don't see the cords for your flowers. So
Good idea. Good
yeah.
idea.
Well, that's awesome. And like you're doing your personal brand already. And this is awesome. And another example of showing the process, how it's more fun to watch than the actual goal, is those YouTubers. Like, I don't know if you follow um Simone Giertz, the person so she's like the queen of shitty robots or something, and she's an engineer or something. Or Mark Rober. Oh, I think I lost you.
Yeah,
There you are.
sorry about that. I locked my computer by mistake.
Oh no, no worries. Simone Gertz. Let me find her. So yeah, she makes funny things. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So she builds so many cool things. She invents stuff, and she always has a montage of her building stuff. So she's real. And she also puts in her videos when she fails at her builds. And that's
Oh
more
wow.
impactful than just showing the finished product. And yeah, that's why I'm saying like process. The process is more interesting than the goal. Show your humanity, show where you fail, show where you succeed, and people will find you. People will latch onto your personal brand, and you don't even need a logo at that point. But when you finally come out with a logo, people will connect that to your personal brand that you've already established and be like, wow, that's a great logo, you know?
Yep.
So
That's a good point.
yeah. So like Naya, you're doing it. You're already doing it. And congrats on finding those two potential clients. Is those any of those two moving forward, or it's just still in the potential phase?
Well, one is, so we have another call next week, and what I'm gonna try to do. So I actually asked them to make like a recording of themselves, just going through all their like business processes. So okay, really funny is that this might actually lead to me maybe starting like my own AI consulting agency. I don't know, but it might, because I didn't realize like I've been in the AI and automation space for so long, and like to me, I like there are things that I automate that I don't even realize other people don't know how to do these things. So with this person, we just end up talking about how I automate a lot of my life just using like scripts and AI. And so they thought that it would be helpful for me to go through all their business processes and see where they could utilize automation and AI. So
Nice.
so I had them, so they're going to record videos of like, just like them going through their day, etc. And then I'm gonna look over them and then give them some feedback and ways that we could improve their processes. So I mean, if that is like successful, I would love to keep doing that because I definitely think that, I don't know, I feel like that can lead to something if that works out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, again, congrats to those two potential clients and rooting for you for this one about automation. And I could see that
Thank
totally
you.
happening because people need time back in their lives when it comes to all these little processes that could be heavily streamlined. I mean, one of the things that we can think about now is like the microwave. That that's basically AI, right? AI cooking. If you think about it, I put stuff in the microwave. I say 1 minute, heat it up, rather than having to, you know, do it yourself over a stove or fire or something. So you're helping people with time. So this is gonna be awesome for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm so glad you're my first guest
Yeah, me
for these new
too.
streams. This is so awesome. We should do it again some other time. And yeah, just keep me posted. I'll be watching your videos. I've been subscribed. So
Sounds great. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope that I don't know, that this was helpful maybe for everyone watching.
yeah. I hope so too. It's been helpful for me to see
Okay,
other
great.
people because again, I think that's the name of this title or something. We're all just trying to figure it out.
Yep.
and 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 because of that, and we're recording ourselves trying to figure it out, we're actually figuring it out anyways.
Yep, exactly. All right, sounds
All
good.
right. Have a great weekend and thank you again.
Thanks, you too. See ya.
Bye. Well, that was fun. I would love to bring in more random guests from chat to come on in. So next week, let's do that again. Let's chat and just talk about whatever's on your mind, because that's how we stay human, right? It's not just about business, it's about being humans and supporting each other. So have a great weekend, everyone. Rest up. You deserve it. You're all wonderful human beings, and I'll see you next week. So same time, yeah, Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific. See you. And thanks again. And I'll do that whole YouTuber thing. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and all the things. Bye. Oh, I didn't say my tagline. And thanks for making the web beautiful together.